something that I've tried to address this year, and I will continue to address it with my parents. Looking at data, I have a high percentage of students missing school or coming to school late, and so it really translates to chronic absences, right? It's just they're just chronically late. I may have some that are chronically picked up early, which still reduces time in the classroom learning.
We had a new person come on in our guidance department, and she's very passionate about absences and tardies, and so she makes it her mission every day to call parents and talk to them about their students' absences if they're absent that day. Sometimes a child is sick, or they're at the hospital, that type of thing. But other times it's they're running late, so they just didn't come, or mom's at work and they just didn't get the siblings up. And she has really worked hard to let parents understand the importance of attendance. That if you're not here, you're not learning, and they miss gaps and then they come back and it's really hard to catch up.
Just 15 minutes late every day. What does that, compounded, what does that look like? Compounded, that is 45 hours, I think it was. I calculated at one point in time, 45 hours just for 15 minutes. 45 hours, and that's almost basically 2 days of learning. But that's just 15 minutes.
It's still not where we want it to be, but it is definitely reducing working with families, because often families have multiple children that impact that attendance rate. And so just having, I think, that connection with families to let them understand it is important that they're here. We want them here. We miss them when they're not here. We've seen that increase. And helping parents understand that when they do have a doctor's note, make sure they bring that doctor's note in. It's all those little steps of kind of helping our families understand the importance of attendance.
If we start to look at the achievement gap, we would definitely see the correlation. The parents should see the correlation between time, in school, on task learning, as opposed to when they're coming to school late. I know that transportation could be an issue for some of my parents. I know that when the weather changes, sometimes even proper clothing is an issue. But overall, I think it starts with that dialogue. Having that dialogue with parents and just really educating parents allows us to really get to the barriers. Why are they coming to school late? And then maybe we can kind of try to address and support in that way. But it does start with parental education.